slavery. An ugly part of American history where human beings were treated like animals.
Look at lot 15, Hannah.
2 months.
2 months old. Hannah is a baby available for sale.
Some escaped on the Underground Railroad, taking temporary refuge at the hexagon-shaped Milton House from 1845 to the mid-1860s. By the early 1850s, Milton House was a bustling inn, serving as the stagecoach and rail hub of Northeast Rock County. Think of it as a bus station with sleeping quarters. Owner and abolitionist Joseph Goodrich had a profound secret lurking underneath.
Yet at the same time, maybe that lends to its success.
Carrie Klubba, executive director of the Milton House, says fugitive slaves entered through the back cabin used as the kitchen.
And outside that door would have been maybe a cart piled high with potatoes, firewood, something that would have hidden a man or woman underneath.
The slaves were slipped into a dark makeshift root cellar through what would have been just a trap door, and then through the 45-foot tunnel.
This passageway, or tunnel, has actually been modified for the tours that come through. But for the runaway slaves, they would have to lower themselves because the tunnel's height was about to here. So they have to lower themselves just to get through to their hiding place.
It's a place with a rich history and still some mystery.
We're missing a lot of pieces.
But one fugitive slave's past is having a huge impact on the present.
Here we can prove we were an Underground Railroad station.
Andrew Pratt. Uncovered in Goodrich family documents, a scrap piece of paper with his name, a reference to the Underground Passage and the year 1861. That was enough to get Milton House authenticated by the Network of Freedom as having Underground Railroad activity. But researchers only recently discovered more about Pratt, the man.
Now we're kind of connecting some of those dots even this, 170 years later.
It started with a Minnesota census record from 1880 with his name.
We were like, I really think this is him.
Milton House researchers located his 1863 registration for draft, listing him as 28. And in October of last year, a historian just happened to come to Milton House and asked if they'd heard of Andrew Pratt.
And he brought to our attention a letter that we had not been aware of previously.
It's a dated letter to Wisconsin Governor Edward Solomon asking that he, as a colored man, be allowed to enlist in the Union Army.
So we know that this draft registration's him.
And the governor wrote him back. For the museum staff, more pieces to the puzzle.
That corroborates what we've been believing here all along.
The census put him in Wells, Minnesota after leaving Milton. Records show he was a barber, bought land, got married, and had children.
We actually believe we found his descendants, and we're in contact with one.
Get out!
No kidding.
So, Pratt's story is far from over. In Milton, Beverly Taylor, Fox 6 News.